Tired of plain sandwiches, half-burnt burgers, and melted ice cream at your family gatherings, summer parties, and camping events? Well, guess what? I have the perfect solution for you. I'm Shelly Marie Redmond with Skinny Louisiana, and I teamed up with my great friends at SWEPCO to bring you an amazing and delicious low-carb menu for your summer cookouts using just one pan and one piece of equipment, the Induction Burner. Now, my crowd is about to arrive, so we want to get started with our low-carb shrimp and sausage jambalaya. Induction burners are perfect for summer. They don't need an open flame, so that makes them incredibly safe. And in fact, the pan heats up by using magnets, so the burner itself does not get hot. Now, these induction burners, we can really find them anywhere, at our big box stores, in the camping supply stores, and really my favorite place to shop, which is online. Now, it's important to note with induction burners, we do need a special type of pan, stainless steel like what we have here. You can use an enamel-coated cast iron skillet. And what even makes this great is we can travel with these burners. We can bring them in our RV, we can take them to camping sites, or we can just use them like home because we really don't want to heat up the kitchen in the summer, and we have a great cooked out plan, so that's what we're doing today. Now, it really is, friends, the simplicity of our ingredients that we have here that makes this appealing to me, that makes this appealing to my hundreds of weight loss clients. And I have to be honest, this is exactly how I cook in my kitchen after experiencing a weight gain of 180 pounds after my second pregnancy. And I promise you are gonna love the incredible taste of this. So our ingredients, real simple. We have what we call our Trinity, which is our 1 onion chopped, a bell pepper chopped, and 3 celery stalks chopped, our tablespoon of our olive oil, a teaspoon garlic, bay leaves, teaspoon of our Tony's no salt, 2 tomatoes chopped, ½ a cup low sodium chicken broth. We have a pound of our low sodium turkey sausage, packaged cauliflower rice, a pound of our amazing Gulf Coast shrimp. Now, to get started, we're gonna turn on our induction burner. We're gonna put it on about medium heat, and we're gonna place our tablespoon of our olive oil. Now, one of the tricks that I love to do and love to teach when I'm cooking is what we wanna do is it's called ripple. We wanna ripple the pan with our olive oil, make sure it gets really coated because that is what is gonna cook down and coat our Trinity. So we're gonna add our Trinity to this dish, and the smell, gang, I promise your guests are gonna walk in for your summer celebration. They are gonna be amazed. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let this be coated with our olive oil. We're gonna give it a great stir, and we need to cook this down, friends, for about 5 to 7 minutes. That's gonna make the vegetables very soft, or as we like to say, it makes the vegetables really sweat down. And what's great is, again, because we're using the induction burner, the only thing you have to worry about sweating is the vegetables and not us. Now, while this cooks down, and of course, friends, we're gonna keep an eye on this, this is a great time to make our salad for this amazing summer celebration. We are saying goodbye to boring vegetable trays, and we are gonna make an amazing 4-ingredient savory cabbage slaw. This is super simple, and even the trusted teen in your house can do this. So already in our bowl, we have simply purchased a package of our cabbage. It could be the coleslaw mix. We did wash it. It's ready to go in our bowl. We're gonna add to this. Now, you can do one of 2 things. You can do, if you're a little bit more time saver like me, I prefer the word time saver over lazy, we did ½ a cup of our oil and vinegar dressing. If you prefer to make your own, you would do a 1/4 cup of oil of your choice and then your vinegar of your choice. We're gonna pour this in here, and then really our secret ingredient that we're using is goat cheese. Now, we love goat cheese in the Skinny Louisiana kitchen because it is one of the lowest sodium cheeses, and it has an amazing flavor. Now, if you can't find goat cheese, a good replacement for this would be feta. So we would wanna use either 4 ounces of feta, 4 ounces of goat, and we're gonna simply add this to our cabbage and to our oil and vinegar. We have our 2 spoons right here, and we're gonna do a small mix. And what happens is the goat cheese and the vinaigrette, they kind of meld together. So it's still, you get the amazing crunch of your cabbage with kind of that creaminess that the goat cheese or feta, if you're going to use feta, and your vinaigrette does. So we just kind of mix this together, make sure it gets a great creaminess to it, and then we're just going to throw it in our fridge. All right, gang, it's been about 5 to 7 minutes. Our vegetables, you can see, have definitely started to what we like to call a sweat. And what's great is, again, I'm not sweating because we're using our induction burner, and it's time to add our garlic. We're gonna let this kind of stir for about only 30 seconds. Garlic's real sensitive, it's real small, so we don't wanna burn it. So that's why we only do kind of our 30 seconds. And now we're gonna add more ingredients to this. So we're gonna start off with our half a cup of our low sodium broth. To this, we're gonna add our 2 tomatoes that we did dice. Now, I will be honest, friends, there's a little bit of controversy about tomatoes. I prefer to use tomatoes from the vine. You will see some recipes, or if you have grandma's jambalaya recipe that calls for a can of diced tomatoes, please feel free to use that. And we're gonna add our amazing seasonings. We have our bay leaves, and we have about a teaspoon of our Tony's no salt. I'm gonna get this stirred up here. I'm gonna be very gentle though, because I don't wanna break up our bay leaves. And similar to letting our vegetables sweat, we wanna do the same thing here. We almost wanna cook off a little bit of that low sodium broth. We're gonna let this continue to cook for about our 5 to 7 minutes. And while this cooks, we did a salad a while ago. We are gonna start working on an amazing dessert that I promise you the entire family is gonna love. Now, we can't have a summer party, a summer celebration, a camping trip, really any kind of party without some form of dessert. And I have the dessert, ladies and gents, that is gonna completely knock your socks off and your guest socks off, and you're gonna jump in the pool after and have a huge party. It is our low-carb Genteelly Dip. It is a no-bake recipe. This is a take on a cake. So we got rid of all the carbs and a lot of the fat by getting rid of the cake, and we really kind of played up that icing flavor. Your basic ingredients in this are your light cream cheese, a little bit of mascarpone cheese, which is very famously used in tiramisu. And then the secret that makes this a really great skinny Louisiana dish is that we used Greek yogurt. Now, the big question, with a low carb lifestyle is what would we use as a dip? Kind of what would we dip it in? We kind of get rid of the graham crackers, we get rid of the cookies. We have our amazing high fiber fruits, which is our berry family. We have toothpicks. You can place it out just like this. Folks can scoop the dip up, really just take their fruit, and I'm gonna have a bite of this completely. You just dunk it in. I'm gonna use my finger for a little bit of help. Take a bite, and I promise the entire family is gonna go crazy for this recipe. You're gonna need a ton of index cards because they are gonna want this. And for your copy, be sure to scroll below and comment below on what is your favorite summer dessert. Well, friends, it's been another 5 to 7 minutes, and it's really time to make the magic happen. What we're gonna do now is we are gonna add our pound of our sliced low sodium sausage. And what we do in place of our rice is we're gonna add a package of our riced cauliflower or cauliflower rice. A half a cup of rice can have upwards of 24 grams of carbs, whereas a half a cup of our cauliflower rice is approximately 3 to 4. So the savings is huge, and we know that by following low carb guidelines, we can really help reduce our weight. We're gonna gently mix this. We're gonna get everything combined. We're gonna let this cook down again for about another 5 minutes. All right, friends, I am so excited because it's time for the final element of our low carb sausage and shrimp jambalaya. And of course, it is our Gulf Coast shrimp. So we have about a pound here. Now you can use a little bit less, you can use a little bit more. As you can tell, it's been peeled, it's been deveined. We're gonna throw this in here. Now with shrimp, the important thing to remember is we wanna be super delicate with shrimp. Shrimp really only needs about 5 to 7 minutes to cook on our induction burner. And remember, our heat is still at medium. We don't wanna have a fiery hot heat for our shrimp, because what can happen, the outside can cook and the inside may not cook. So we're gonna give this some gentle stirs. Shrimp is incredibly lean. Per 3 ounces of shrimp, we're looking at a very good calorie comparison with chicken. But I have to tell you about shrimp. I am from the bayou. We want to do Gulf Coast shrimp. Because do know, if you do get frozen shrimp that is not from the Gulf Coast, they tend to do an ice crystal bath with it. That helps it ship. And what happens is that really increases the sodium or the salt in that product. This is my absolute favorite part of cooking, friends. It is time for us to taste this amazing dish. So, of course, I have my trusty fork right here. It smells absolutely amazing. The shrimp, they're just beautiful. You know, everything kind of formed a beautiful melting pot. So of course, I'm gonna grab a little bit of shrimp. I'm gonna get a little sausage here with a little bit of cauliflower rice and Trinity. It's gonna be hot. I really don't care because it smells so good. I'm so excited to try this. So here we go. The shrimp, so tender, so well cooked. The sausage, it just has enough flavor. So it's not plain at all. The Tony's no salt, that flavoring really comes through. The cauliflower rice cooked down perfect, so it's not hard. And of course, you kind of get that in with that onion, that pepper, that celery. It looks good. I mean, take a look at this shrimp. It's so nice and plump. It's that gorgeous pink color. Remember, we know that shrimp is done when it has that beautiful pink color. So if that's something you're nervous about, you just look at that. Cannot wait to serve this to my guests. What an amazing cookout we had. We had 3 delicious low-carb recipes. My friends and family loved them. It's now time for cleanup, and cleanup is gonna be a cinch because really all I have to do is take our little dish rag, wipe down our induction burner, and if you want the recipes that we made today, be sure to scroll below, print them out, place them in your recipe binder. And for more recipes using the induction burner, be sure to visit both the SWEPCO and Skinny Louisiana websites, as well as be sure to like us on Facebook and on YouTube. Have a great day, friends.